In the third video of our van life daily routines series, you're gonna see me at a new morning routine. You're gonna see laundry day, van life style, and I'm gonna show you how to make a quick lunch and save you some water doing it. Let's jump into it. Today is laundry day, so fresh out of bed, what I'm gonna do is not make the bed. We are going to take the bedding off and prepare for laundry day. Once that is done, we're going to do our new fitness routine, which is a 20-minute fast walk to get the blood moving, even before we clean teeth and make coffee. Let's take the bed apart and then put that up, and let's go for a walk. With the shoes on, out we go for a fast, brisk walk. Good day, beautiful world. Birds and such a lovely fragrance. Spring air, so great. Not a bad way to start the day, I must admit. My question for you is, what are your daily routines in your terrestrial house situation? And will you be able to translate some of those routines to your traveling situation? If you haven't started thinking about that, I would encourage you to do so. Some you will not be able to do probably. Some you need to add altogether as new, and some you can modify. But start thinking about, as you go through your day in your camper van, what routines need to change, what are some of the mindsets you need to shift, and maybe, like in my case, add some new routines to help stay more fit on the road. Kankakee River in Kankakee County, Illinois. My Monday morning starts with this. How is yours starting out? Yeah, I'm liking that. New program. Okay, on with the day. Laundry is the big thing for today. With some of the morning tasks on the done list, we are headed to the laundromat. But before we always drive away, when we've been camped, we want to do a secure the cabin for departure checklist. Let me show you that. I always start in the back, and I literally touch each closure, make sure the lights are off. Make sure the door is secured right here. It snaps so it doesn't pop open or close. Lights off. Galley cabinet closed. Stowed. Locked. Locked. Fridge, very important, locked. Wardrobe locked. Freezer locked. Lights out. Tomatoes weirdly will be okay here because there's enough weight, they don't roll around, and there's just enough barrier here. So this is how I keep grape tomatoes, and the rest of this is fine. Moving up front, make sure the windows are closed. Make sure the windows are closed and locked. AirPods ride on my charging pad. I tucked the iPad into the seat here so it doesn't move. Grab the keys. And we continue on. I may or may not turn the inverter on. In fact, let's do that. It's already super hot outside. So I have unplugged from shore power, turning the inverter on, my Volta system. So now we're going to put it on low cool like that. And that will run for many hours, but we'll be back at camp in a few. Light off, and we're ready to roll. And I always do a triple check out the driver mirror to make sure that there is nothing attached to the van or impede my progress out this way. And I always look in the mirror here, which doesn't work very well, and the backup camera. Always give it a clear look before departing. My RV I have overhead cabinetry, and this is where I store my laundry. In my laundry bag down below is the coins to feed the machines. I'm going to put a few more things in there, including the bedding that we took off earlier. It's comfortably tucked there. And this is where I keep my soap. I use Tide pods, so let's stuff this quick, and then we'll put the clothes into the laundromat. All right, let's go. And when I'm locking, I always want to look at the light in the mirror, press the lock button, and say lock, so that I know I've locked the van. Far too many times I've gotten someplace and I couldn't remember if I locked the van or not. Hot tip for you. So what I like to do is put 2 loads in, the big stuff, like the bedding in one and the rest in the other. 30 minutes for the washers and about 20 minutes in the dryer should do it. Let's load them up. So what I like to do at this point is take my coins, my soap, my bag, back to the van so I can do some work. It's got the air conditioner running in their parking lot, which is pretty cool. So I can do some work while this is going on. And I set my timer on my watch for 34 minutes, and we come back, and then it's dryer time, just like that. You know, there's just something really great about coming into your van, and it's a very comfy 70 degrees inside. Thank you, Volta Power. Run the AC, no shore power, no generator. So I do laundry about once a week, about every 7th day, and it works really well. 2 loads, 2 washers, 1 dryer, and the whole thing's over in less than an hour. It's really pretty efficient, and it's just part of daily van, well, not daily, weekly van life routines. What are your kind of routines around laundry? I'd be curious to know what kind of soap you use. Do you use fabric softener? I don't. And what kind of laundry routine do you have in your house that you expect to translate to a RV experience? Let us know that. A lot of campgrounds, not the one I'm at currently, have laundry facilities, so you don't actually have to go to the laundromat. KOAs in particular have good laundry facilities. Let me know what you do. With the washing done, it's time to put the stuff in the dryer. I put them all in the same dryer load. It takes about 20 minutes because it's not a big load, not super heavy, and I'm on a time crunch, so let's make it fast. All right, with 17 minutes to go on the dryer, let's show you something interesting here. So I've been in the parking lot, clearly no shade. I rolled out of a campsite. You saw the temperature inside earlier was 70 degrees, and now being in the sun, you can see how the temperature has been affected. It's now 75. I've got the AC on high cool, compressor is running. It's not too bad back here, but as always, the worst enemy is the glass. And I've got the cab in the sunlight. That's definitely not helping, but just again to give you a sense of how the sunlight and no shade overwhelm the interior temperature. Hot dryers make all the difference. In 15 minutes, these things are dry enough to take out of here, and I can keep rolling. Let's stack the sack. All right, back to the van. All right, after a very vigorous personal training session, let's fold some clothes. So what I like to do is when I get the clothes out of the dryer is kind of get them out and drying so they don't create wrinkles mostly. So we'll make the bed here in a minute. And what I like to do is get the shirts out, and they're still warm, slightly damp. I think that's good because it helps prevent the wrinkles. If they get overly dry, then they tend to wrinkle more easily. That's my experience. Many of you have asked how I keep my shirts wrinkle-free. They're kind of iron-free shirts to start with, and this is my process on getting them to be wrinkle-free, and then they go into the wardrobe in just a couple minutes. Again, getting the bedding out here. So from Kate Russo, back in probably 2019, 18, I learned from her that to stow clothes, you roll them up. So we roll shirts that are t-shirts, we roll jeans, we roll shorts. Why? Because they store more easily in the van. So we'll show you that in just a moment. Key always goes on the key ring. Now the towels are still slightly damp, so I'm going to kind of spread these out so they dry. Here again on the shirt, this being like a gym shirt, summer shirt, I fold kind of in thirds, and then I roll up like this. Again, the reason is they stow in much smaller area in the cabinet. And one last pair of shorts here, and then I'll show you how I put them in the cabinet. It is hot today here in the greater Chicagoland area. It's gonna be 99 degrees with a heat index of 105. Got the AC running at the gym, and it's still cool, but now we're up to 76 degrees because we're still kind of in the sun for sure. But this is a good example of why you want to be in the shade, because all this glass up front turns into a greenhouse. All right, let me show you how I stow this back here. So I can have my clothes organized kind of in categories. So socks, undies, gym shorts, regular shorts, solid tees, printed tees, gym shirts, and then jeans down here. So this has fallen off of here because there's no bag holding it in. So we'll want to tuck that in. So what I do is I roll them and I tuck them in against the carpeted back and sides, and that works out really well. Let me grab the t-shirt here, the gym shirt, and this goes right in here. Kind of hard one-handed. So again, I just kind of tuck in, get behind that guy right there, pull these forward just a little bit, and that's kind of it. And you wouldn't believe how they stay wrinkle-free rolled up. Thank you, Kate Russo, for that tip. And if you haven't seen my video where they were my guests on What's Up Wednesday, the Russos, Joe and Kate, were on the show and gave us some really great advice as 6-year full-time RVers. So those shorts fit right in there like that. And I'm actually going to wear these today. So I'm going to put these with my gym bag because that's where we're headed next to go shower. Okay, so you kind of get the idea, right? So that's the folded clothes. And for the hanging clothes, what I do, again, is probably no surprise here, but they go on a hanger. And I found some really nice hangers at an Albertsons in Boise, Idaho. They're really thick, they're plastic coated, and again, no surprise here, I just slip on the shirt as always and use this as the hanger. I button it twice, once on the top and then once in the middle, and that allows me to put the shirt more easily in to the closet and get it out without dragging. Just kind of make sure it's all pulled together, not too bad. And then I put it in kind of by color coordination. And here, let me show you what this looks like. So light to dark. Most of mine are patterns. I like patterns, Western style shirts. So that's how it goes. And we're going to make the bed. All right, making the bed is pretty simple. We release the buckle to lower the mattress like that. And then I take away these that we stored earlier. Oh man, I missed a pillowcase. Don't you hate that? Okay. And here we go. So the first thing we're gonna do is put on the mattress cover. And this is a twin XL mattress pad cover bought at Target. Much better quality than Walmart. I'm really enjoying these a lot. So let's put this on. All right, with the mattress cover on, now we put the sheets on. Again, this is a twin XL for extra long, bought from Target. What I like about these is they have a kind of a double gusseted, is that the right? So 2 sets of elastic, the main one and then this secondary one, to really hold the sheet firmly to the bed, and quality so much better than Walmart. So let's put on the sheet. All right, so with that done, now I'm just gonna fold up the bedding and place it as I would every morning. If you haven't seen the video on my morning bed cleaning and stow routine, you'll wanna see that. That's linked below. Comment on how you would do your bedding in your RV, or how do you do your bedding in your RV. I'd be very curious about that. And I'm always looking for tips. This is just the way I've been doing it. I've kind of perfected it, and what I'm able to do, 1.5 hours, wash, dry, fold, bedding done. I do it 4 times a month, and it's worked out really, really well for me. Hey, if we're meeting for the first time, howdy. My name is Scott. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Go Small, Live Large, all about the Class B camper van, way to travel around. Third year full-time traveler for me, and what we do here is we try to help you be a better RVer, whether you're no time, still researching, part-time, taking cool trips, or even being a crazy like me, living in my Winnebago Travado 59GL 21-foot camper van. We're done. Let's have a quick lunch. Put a little protein into the body after that vigorous leg workout. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have tuna fish salad, and I have a hot tip for you on how to make tuna fish salad, chicken salad without using a bowl and not making a mess. We're going to have a little, what do you think, provolone cheese with that? Provolone tuna fish, that sounds pretty good, doesn't it? And we're going to use a tortilla. I use tortillas for most all bread type things because I like them. They're less, I think, carbs and what have you than regular bread, and it takes up less room in the van. Super, super important. So get a plate out. For this purpose, paper plate is fine. Turn on some light. So my tip for you is to use the Ziploc bag to mix your tuna salad, your chicken salad in. This is 2 cans of tuna fish. Put in some mayonnaise, a little bit of black pepper, olives, capers, and it's a very savory tuna fish salad, not sweet, which is what I like. The point being is you put these all the ingredients in and then just kind of smush them together. Not having to clean a bowl is really important to me by conserving water. And if I do use a lot of tuna fish salad, I can make another batch of this without disposing of the same bag. So that's a way to save on the plastic a little bit. So I just put this on the plate like that. Don't want too much. So curious how you make tuna fish? Again, I eat pretty simply in the van. And if I want something elaborate, I use my Dutch oven or I go out for dinner. I love provolone cheese. How about you? So just like that, in just a couple of minutes. What do you think? I hope you enjoyed that video. I just enjoy sharing my van life routines with you to give you a sense of how I live in my van. Until we see you soon, journey on. It's time for lunch. Join us every Wednesday, 6 p.m. Central for my YouTube live show, live Q&A called What's Up Wednesday. Again, we have guests, we take your questions live, and we have special topics to, again, help you be a better RVer. Join us Wednesdays, 6 p.m. Central on What's Up Wednesday, YouTube Live.